What's good, everyone, and welcome to episode 39 of the Playconomics podcast, where we break down the business behind our favorite video games and provide you sweet financial context for industry trends. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Mascari, and joined with me today, the ranch water drinking, podcast recorder, firefighting Bobby Kawecki. But before I ask him how his day, week, whatever is, I have a very special hello to say to my nephew, Miles. What's going on, Miles? It's Uncle Matt. How are you doing? Coming to you from the Playconomics podcast. Bobby, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'd like to also give a shout out to my nephew, Miles. Miles, it's Uncle Matt. Now, you're probably confused because you've heard two male voices speaking at you. It's up to you to decide which one of us is really your uncle now.
I was trying to do a nice thing. And you ruined it for me. You know what? I don't care how your week was. I had a long week. Yes, you
do. Yeah, tell me about your week, man. Tell me. I'm sorry. That was the greatest thing ever. Continue.
So, Wednesday, I got the worst head cold of all time. I took a day off of work, which, if you've listened to the podcast, I don't think I've ever taken off a sick day in my entire adult career.
I also don't believe so. The Reaper, he came for you a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it was rough.
To get at you.
I got on one call for a meeting, and everyone else on the meeting was like, "Are you okay? Like, do we need to send an ambulance? You sound miserable." And I was like, "Well, I'm on this call, and I'm very sick." The next day, I felt much better, and today I was able to actually go into the office. I'm not sick anymore. So it's game time. It's podcast time. But Bobby, you had a long week.
I had what might be the biggest. I've done some pretty incredible things professionally, not to toot my own horn, but it's like Daniel Day-Lewis and then like Spielberg, and I'm in there somewhere, right? So repping the alma mater, NIFA. No, I had what was most likely the largest and most consequential week for me professionally thus far in my 26 years of this planet. Produced some very important interviews. Really proud of how they came out. Helped launch a new company, unrelated to Playconomics, but
we're launched, baby.
Yeah, it was just nonstop. We the team, not my team, got on Zoom at like 7:00 on Sunday night, and that same Zoom ran continuously until I want to say about 8:45, 9:00 the next day.
Love it.
Straight through. Monday was the launch, so Sunday night was that, and then every night since it's been, I'm putting out some fires. Our web designer's putting out some fires. Our chief content officers everybody's just trying to scramble, but it's good because it's working. We're getting a lot of buzz behind it. One day I'll share my secret identity, what I really do. But it was a very good week. It was a very good week.
Do you know what's better than all of that and how we're going to start the podcast? Because if you listen to Playconomics, you know exactly what we do in the beginning of every episode after I ask Bobby and Bobby asks me how our weeks went. We talk about what we've been playing. And I'm going to bring the mic in real close. Real close. Because I'm the goddamn Elden Lord, and I'm so excited. It was awesome. I beat Elden Ring. I was streaming it to some of actually it was just my brother and Miles, watching me beat the Elden Beast. I beat Melania. I beat almost in like 7 attempts.
Pretty good.
And
so now you know what a Bloodborne boss is.
Yes, the attempt that I beat her, I did not get hit. Me or my summon did not get hit in the first half of the fight.
I'm going to need you to download Sekiro now.
I took 0 damage fighting Melania.
Attaboy.
However, could I do it again? No,
not a chance. No, never.
Literally destroyed her in the first phase and was like, all right, I need to be on some next level rolling. murked her. She's dead. I'm basically the greatest gamer to ever exist. And now I need to be a diamond player in Apex, and then I think the team's going to shoot for Masters eventually.
Cool. I did something that I'm also playing Elden Ring. I'm not done because, like I said, big weeks. I've had like little to no time to play.
Yeah.
But I did something this time, and maybe just because it was available to me, that I've never done in a Soulsborne, which was the thick lantern is no more.
Yes, you respect.
The drippy samurai is here to play, though. Because I was just like, I played a mage in Dark Souls 3. I played a mage in Demon Souls Remake. Can't really play a mage in Bloodborne. Can't play it in Sekiro. So I was like, I've done, I want to say like 90% of Elden Ring as a mage. Cool. Love it. Great. I would say that it probably made the first 2/3 of the game much easier than I deserved it to be, right?
Yeah.
But then I switched to this blood build because the fire giant's really chafing my nips. And man, is it so much cooler. He's not fully kitted out yet, but I think what I'm realizing, Matt, is I don't see myself getting a breather from professional work. I don't know if I'll ever finish Elden Ring because now it's like there's all this other game to experience. There's so much game out here as a drippy samurai. So we'll see. I haven't beat Fire Giant yet, and maybe I'll clock in some hours tonight, really dial in the build because I've only got Rivers of Blood, got Swarm of Flies, Mimic Tear, and there's a couple other things. I want to get another katana that also has bleed on it, so we'll see. Or poison. You got to send me this video of your build because I think I like your build. You got to find that video. But
I'll find it. Also, just go get the Uchi katana. You could just get one in a random cave in Limgrave. I'll send you where to find that. And it's just the best offhand you could ask for.
Lovely. Yeah. That being said, I think once I taper down Elden Ring, and we actually did a Playconomics Plus on this last week about what the hell we think is going to happen for the rest of the year here. Because we have like no big announcements, right? Like we're teetering on May here, which is horrific to say that we're already a month into the second quarter, basically.
Yep.
We're teetering on May. We don't really know what other big stuff is coming out, right? There's a Ninja Turtles collection I'm excited about. But I think at some point in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to download Witch Queen and jump on into Witch Queen. Finally. I think that's what the move is. And start piecemealing away at that.
Yeah. I am not going to download Witch Queen. I did not. It wasn't worth it to me. And we'll talk about how I'm going to scratch my MMO itch in one of our future segments on this episode.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it.
No. I think I'm going to pick up Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
That's also on the list, but I'm waiting for a price drop. And I know it's coming.
That's
I don't
fair.
know.
That's fair.
I can't, like, $70 on Witch Queen. I know I'll get a lot out of Witch Queen for $70. I love Borderlands 3. I played all the DLCs, the Wild West, Asia, like Samurai DLC, cool as hell, combined. Two of my favorite things. But it's not $70 for me. 40? Yeah. Talk to me at 40.
I was going to say 40. I would have bought it already.
All in.
I haven't decided if I'm going to try a new gun game while I'm pushing rating in Apex because it's going to mess up all of my timing and everything.
Yeah. So I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it until after.
Have you played a Borderlands game ever?
Yes. A long time ago, though. But I watched gameplay of it. It looks awesome. And it looks like the best way for me to get into a first-person shooter.
And listen, with this, the fact that you still haven't played Max Payne 3.
Shut up.
Listen, just for me, Matt, I would do it for you. I'll make you a deal.
What is it?
What does a month of World of Warcraft cost me?
$15.
What does the expansion cost me?
$60.
They have free trial or something? Or a free trial?
It's not the expansion, but yes, there is a free trial. You can play for free up to level 20.
I'll download, make a World of Warcraft account. You can play it on Mac, right?
I mean, you can.
Okay. I will download and play World of Warcraft if you play Max Payne 3.
Okay, done. It'll be beaten by tonight.
You have my word. I'm a man of my word, Matthew. Roger.
Well, it's still not Roger. My middle name has never been Roger.
I'm doing it to confuse Miles.
Stop. Stop. However, our first topic, and you know what? We're introducing a new segment because
we introduced it last week, man. We're just doing rapid fire topics, my G.
It's not rapid fire topics. Look at the title. Look at topic 1. What does it say? It says high speed gaming. That sounds cooler. Marketing, Bobby. Marketing.
Fine, high speed gaming. Lead us off, Matt.
The biggest and probably my favorite news to ever come out of any video game ever, while introducing a celebrity into their game, is that Call of Duty put in Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this for many reasons. One, I love that Snoop Dogg is in the gaming community. I don't know how he got in there. I don't know who offered this to him and was like, you know what? You should play video games. I don't care. I'm glad you did it. I'm also really, really glad that they decided to use Snoop Dogg terminology for all of the unlockables and all of the weapon skins and things like that come from his bundle. And I'm trying to get a good example because his finisher is the best name of all time, but I can't find it. However, you get the Mellow Metal weapon charm and a legendary, the original gangsta emblem, and that is a high art spray. Oh, and the for shizzle movizzle finishing move. And that's the funniest thing of all time. I love it so much. And I love that Warzone is just doing a Fortnite and putting in pop culture icons into their game and making it relevant.
It doesn't work, right? Like now I don't think it works. It doesn't fit. You need.
I agree.
And you'll hear my thing, like they're also adding Godzilla versus Kong in. Like if you're going to use real word personalities in fictitious things, Matt, what would you say if I told you that Snoop Dogg's best video game appearance happened in?
Tell me it was a WWE.
So close. Do you know what I'm going to say?
No, I guess.
So on September 21st, 2004, Def Jam Fight for New York came out. And I'm editing this. So, Matt, what I'm going to need you to do is go to YouTube.
Yeah.
And type in Def Jam Fight for New York opening cinematic. Okay?
Oh, no, that's
now, what Def Jam Fight for New York is, it is a fictitious otherworld where famous rappers bare knuckle fight each other in underground early UFC rings. Now you're probably saying, but Bobby, what about Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg plays the ultimate antagonist and is the final boss, is in Def Jam Fight for New York. Now again,
I love this.
Rappers, the whole opening cinematic is them like gearing up for a rumble. Are you watching?
Yes.
They're picking up bats and pipes. They're waiting on a train. I know this like the back of my head. I played this game so much.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Def Jam Fight for New York for all you kids out there.
However, I do think that Call of Duty putting real life people is as good as they're going to get because they can't do cartoony people. Like they can't put Spider-Man in Call of Duty. But I've like the artwork for Snoop Dogg. I like it.
I agree, but I'm going to need you to now Google Def Jam Fight for New York Snoop Dogg because it's borderline the same character model as well.
I mean, Snoop Dogg hasn't changed his...
No, I understand that, but even the outfit that they have Snoop Dogg in...
that's fair.
Is, yeah.
I love him being...
Danny...
If I'm seeing the right one... It's not that close.
Now,
oh yeah, it is. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, borderline the same. So, as long as we're on the same page here, right? Like, Oh, DMX wasn't rip in peace. DMX. Remember DMX?
He died.
He did die. Yeah, that happened.
Are you sure?
So,
yeah, he did.
I have nothing else to say about Snoop Dogg being in Call of Duty Warzone other than to say,
Matt, and I want Apex to do it, but
is Def Jam Fight for New York on Game Pass? Can you look that up? Can you get Game Pass on the line really quick?
Yes. Game Pass, Def Jam Fight.
Get Game Pass. In the meantime, I'm gonna vamp. I'm gonna talk to someone real special. Miles, it's me, Uncle Matt.
Stop it. It is. Next topic.
So no. Hold on.
I was trying to do this nice thing with my nephew, and you're ruining it.
Bring
and I'm cancel
the Xbox. You and I, when you come here in a couple weeks, are gonna get blackout drunk and play Def Jam Fight for New York.
Yes,
that's happening. That's happening. Also, bring 2 controllers.
Yeah, obviously, I have like 8. You know, okay, my thing with controllers. All right, next topic. Which did you actually read this article?
If you're acting like my high school English teacher, then yes, of course I did. If you're acting like my friend,
I wrote in the show notes. Bobby,
yes, I did read.
Please read the whole article. Do you know why? Because we talk about it all the time. How scary the metaverse is.
Mm-hmm.
And this article beautifully encompasses the fact that we have zero grip on technology. And we have gone too far. So the article is brought to you by IGN.com, a beautiful article written by Adele Ankers. And it's someone turned their imaginary friend into an AI microwave and wanted it to kill them. Or it wanted to kill them. So let me paint you a picture. You're a 6-year-old boy and you have an imaginary friend, and your imaginary friend just so happens to be a microwave. And this man pretended that his microwave was a British World War I vet, and would pretend that that's how the microwave would talk. He gave it a British accent. He told war stories. And then he grows up to know how to code. And later on in life, decides that he's going to take his newest coding AI technology and put it in his microwave. And as a joke, bring his imaginary friend back to life. And wrote a 200-word backstory to put into the code so that it would be aware and it would have those memories and war stories and know that for 20 years he abandoned his best friend. So he does it. And then one day he is talking to his microwave because it has audible conversations with him. Talks to it after programming it. And he's like, can you do me a favor? And
the microwave is saying this to him for reference, people.
Yeah. And says, can you open the door and step inside? And he was like, I humored the microwave, opened the door, and then closed it, making him think that I was in the microwave. And the microwave turned on.
Yeah.
He pushed it open and said, why did you want me to get in the microwave? And the microwave responded with, I wanted you to feel the same hurt that I've felt for the last 20 years after you abandoned me.
Here's what I'll say to this.
That is...
I didn't realize it was so easy to get so famous than make up a story about talking to your microwave. But hey, it works. I call bullshit.
I hate you.
Can we get to the meat and potatoes? Because this is
still rapid fire gaming. We got one more.
No, this next one is a full headline. This
has
to
end of rapid fire gaming.
Rapid fire gaming. The microwave came for you. Def Jam Fight for New York needs a remaster. Matt, you mind if I tee this one off, buddy?
Oh, please do, because this is not my wheelhouse. You know.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more rapid fire gaming thing. God of War, Ragnarok, somebody who works on the team, still confirmed for 2021.
Yep.
No firm release date, but confirmed for 2021. So Sony's got another big boon on their hands. But if we're talking economic, if we're talking fiscal, if we're talking marketing-based news, Amy Hennig and Skydance New Media creating a new Star Wars game. This comes to us from StarWars.com, so right from the source. A new Star Wars adventure is on the way from one of gaming's most acclaimed creators. Skydance New Media today announced a collaboration with Lucasfilm Games to develop and produce a narrative-driven action-adventure game featuring an original story in the Star Wars galaxy. Helming Skydance New Media is award-winning writer and director Amy Hennig, an industry legend whose credits include blockbuster series like Legacy of Kain, Jack and Daxter, and Uncharted. Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let me tell you a couple things here.
Hit me.
Number one, Amy Hennig is the woman responsible for Uncharted 1 through 3. Uncharted 1 and 2, I would argue, were some of the most vital games in terms of PlayStation 3 not dying, right? Uncharted 2, I would argue, is in my top 5 games of all time, and I would argue that next to The Last of Us, it is the best PlayStation 3 game ever, right? Now, after Amy Hennig left Naughty Dog, she went to EA. She worked at Visceral. Visceral, Matt, was the developer behind Dead Space. And she was working on a game called Project Ragtag while she was at Visceral. And it was supposed to be a Star Wars game. So you've got the lady who made Uncharted, big budget, Michael Bay, action adventure, modern Indiana Jones game, working on
what could you want?
Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
What a combo, right? Space Uncharted. Cool as hell, right? Because that's what it was kind of being pitched as.
Yeah.
Visceral Studios got shut down. Project never saw the light of day. Nobody knows really what it was ever supposed to be. We never got a trailer. We never got a full title. Amy Hennig bounced around for a little while. And again, Amy Hennig, I would argue, is like a Kojima level important, right? In terms of her impact on the industry. Ended up at Skydance, is now making a new game. Wow. I hope and I pray that this is the Uncharted game, right? And we were bouncing around in the Discord with the accountant, and he was saying how he was playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, right? Mm-hmm. And how it was cool, but it wasn't like his particular cup of tea, let's say. And now I'm someone who also played Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I am not a Star Wars person. You know this. 80% of my Star Wars bona fides come from Allison, our mutual friend and friend of the show, Allison, who's like genuinely what I would consider to be the biggest Star Wars fan on the planet. However, recently, back, I want to say maybe in December, right? I stumbled upon a piece of Star Wars media that I would argue is better than any other piece of Star Wars media ever created. Matt, are you a Disney Plus subscriber?
Yes.
You need to go on Disney Plus. I think it's like a 15-minute episode. And look up Star Wars Visions and watch the first episode. Now, Star Wars Visions was a run on Disney Plus where they gave 8 acclaimed animation studios in Japan Star Wars properties and said, make us a Star Wars short, but really like an episode of TV if you had put, commercials in there. First one is a black and white Akira Kurosawa, almost like Trek to Yomi. We've been talking about Trek to Yomi a lot, Matt.
Yep.
Imagine that, but all the samurais have lightsabers.
That's kind of cool.
It's Matt, when I tell you it's the coolest goddamn thing you've ever seen. That is what I would like to see from this, right? I don't want a Luke Skywalker. I don't care. I think Star Wars has been around so long that if you really want to get people like me who couldn't really care too much about Star Wars, give me something different and something that is cool, but not in the vein that it would have, originally appear to be.
Yes. So I think I think what you're trying to say is in order to get me to play a Star Wars game, you need to make a really, really, really good game with Star Wars paint on it. Like, I don't want anything to do with the story of I don't really care about the story of Star Wars. The nostalgia and the connection to that brand are not there for me and you. They need to make an Uncharted Star Wars.
Correct. And I think Uncharted worked so well is because it was so dangerously close to being Indiana Jones while still being its own thing. Like that is such creative alchemy that if they were to able to do something like this with Star Wars, and Star Wars is a, billion trillion dollar brand in terms of being able to work on something like this, right?
Yeah, it's like a Harry Potter. It's like the new Harry Potter game that they're coming out with.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's got to be good, but it's marketed towards Harry Potter fans. If it wants to get people that aren't Harry Potter fans, it needs to be more than just a Harry Potter game. It needs to be more than just a Star Wars game. It needs to be a really, really good game.
Now, from a business perspective, here's what I find interesting that Disney is doing with some of its properties and not doing with other properties, right? Where you see Disney with Marvel, where they're picking and choosing companies that they think would best fit their certain IPs, right? So Insomniac, you get Spider-Man and you get Wolverine. You guys knocked it out of the park on Spider-Man, you get Wolverine. Okay. Crystal Dynamics, you get Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Okay, cool. Next up, right? Is it me, or do I feel like we used to get more Star Wars games? Now, I know the brand was locked up with that whole DICE thing where DICE had the exclusivity on it, but I feel like growing up we had more one-off Star Wars games.
We definitely did. I just don't know how... I don't know how well they did after like Battlefront 2.
The original Battlefront 2, not the terrible one that DICE made, correct?
Yeah,
that's what we're discussing.
Original. Yeah,
the good one. Yeah, the Pandemic made.
Yeah. After that, I don't really remember any of them. Like, I don't remember playing any of them.
I remember Force Awakens because the main character's name was Star Killer. I was like, fuck. 11-year-old me was all over that. You remember he pulls the spaceship like out of the sky?
Yeah.
Cool as hell, right? The pin in this I'll put as this, right? It goes into broad strokes that the Skydance New Media is big on VR stuff. I don't want this to be a VR game.
I was going to say, that's my only concern about this, is that a VR game would be cool, it'd be gimmicky, and it would sell really well because it's just a cool, like, that is a good game to make VR, is Star Wars. It's not going to be... It has so much more potential than what VR is capable of right now.
Agreed. And I would say that Star Wars, like the lightsaber as an interactive thing, is such low-hanging fruit that it's like, of course, yeah, it's a VR thing. I move my hand and my lightsaber moves. Cool. We have Beat Saber, which I would argue is probably the best version of that we're going to get.
Yeah.
No, I want a Last of Us Star Wars.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. You want a very narratively driven, high quality AAA game that is selling more than just the brand Star Wars.
And agreed. And maybe this is a criticism of something I've heard other people say, but as an outsider, I agree with completely. My biggest issue with Star Wars spanning 9 movies, right?
Yeah.
And I understand the first 6 where it's like, okay, here's the story, and then here's how the canonical beginning of the story. I get that. But when Disney bought Star Wars, Disney had a reset button, right?
Yeah.
What is Star Wars' tagline? In a galaxy long ago, far, far away. And you mean to tell me that the entire integral plot only revolves around like 12 people? In this huge galaxy, there's no other stories to tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it.
They didn't do that with the third set of 3.
They had a chance to. But in the third set of 3, the first movie was like, hey, remember Han Solo? You remember Luke Skywalker? Yeah, you like them, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I've ever completely watched any of the Star Wars. It's never been my thing, so I was very uninterested in the new 3. I will say, though, it has so much potential, and it's such a cool idea. I'm not a sci-fi person, so I don't think this game would need to be very, 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 very good for me to pick it up. But I can tell you right now, if it's a VR game, no way. If you make a VR game, it's for people that like Star Wars, and that's it.
Completely agree with you. And where I'll end it is this. Your point of we need a really good game that has a Star Wars coat of paint on it. I think what speaks the most to that is Assassin's Creed. Mm-hmm. Where here is a 300, the game of 300 you always wanted, but it's an Assassin's Creed game. You know what I mean? Here is a Viking game that just happens to be Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. And I think Spider-Man is the best comparison of what I want this to be. Like, yes, it's a Spider-Man game and it follows Spider-Man-y stuff, but you could have made that not Spider-Man and it would have been awesome. Like, the people that were behind that game and produced that game made an excellent video game.
Correct. The talent is there to create something. You just got to have the right alchemy in place. Yeah. I can't wait to see what Amy Hennig does with this. Again, I also hope it's not a VR, but
it looks like it's going to be that way.
Looks like it's going to be that way. Matt,
I'm so excited.
I've sucked up enough of these people's air and imbibed enough to mentally get through this next topic.
So if any of you are fans of the channel, and I feel like I've been saying that a lot today, but we're touching on a lot of things that we always go over. And you okay?
Yeah. My body is just...
It's absorbing the ranch water into every cell in your body. I get you. You know that the number one game of all time for me is World of Warcraft.
Which is an unfathomable statement from a grown man.
Ugh, shut up. It's so good. And you know that me and World of Warcraft have been on a break.
You've been on a bit of a hiatus, I would say.
Because the end of BFA was not good.
What is BFA?
Battle for Azeroth. It was...
You have to say that. Fair, no one knows what you're talking about.
Fair. The end of the Battle for Azeroth expansion was not good. I stopped playing. And then it was Shadowlands expansion. It didn't have anything for me that would bring me back. And I probably didn't watch the trailer. But on April 19th at noon, I put myself in a conference room at work.
I had to watch it with you.
I put myself in a conference room at work. This was my lunch. I sat there and watched the WoW expansion announcement, and they announced Dragonflight. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, Matt, in the last Playconomics Plus episode, you discussed all of these things. You knew
exactly what it was going to be.
Yes. Yeah. And you wanted these certain things in the game. And you watched the trailer, and it had nothing. Zero of the things.
Well, that dragons, which Skyrim did almost 12 years ago, 13 years ago at this point.
It does have dragons.
Yeah.
They didn't make any of the changes you said you wanted.
Yeah.
But they did two things. One, they revamped the Talon system, which is the...
No one knows what that means.
I'm going to explain it. Which is the way that your character gains power as you level up. You get certain talents, and you use those talent points to spend on new abilities, and you develop your character as you approach max level. They changed it back to pretty much the way it was in the older versions of World of Warcraft before the big split, right during the 4th expansion, Mist of Pandaria. Or
what some would argue is the greatest expansion.
Yeah, the 5th expansion of World of Warcraft. They reverted that back, and they made it a lot more... Every level you get a meaningful choice option to improve your character instead of every 15 levels or whatever it currently was for Shadowlands. I think it was 10. But they added something else. A really cool cinematic and dragons.
So
and I'm hooked. I'm in. I already resubbed.
You discussed ready. When is this nonsense coming out?
It doesn't even have a release date. But no, I didn't. I didn't.
You're the problem.
I didn't resub.
Oh Christ!
I didn't resub.
Clip it. That was the. Oh my God! You understand that there are legions of people like you
Millions.
There are
millions.
Just full countries full of people like you.
Yes. So no,
Blizzard never needs to release this now.
I didn't resub because I'm not playing Shadowlands, and until this is actually released, there's no reason for me to resubscribe to World of Warcraft. However, with the hype of this trailer and the amount that I am enjoying Elden Ring and RPGs as a whole, there is not a doubt in my mind that I will be playing this. I will make a dragon character. I will make the exclusive dragon class that only the dragon people could be. And then I will go back.
Which is what?
It's an invoker. It's not anything that would make sense.
What are you invoking, Matt?
The wrath of the elements. Obviously, Bobby. However, no, I'm going to be a Beastmaster Hunter as per usual.
The wrath of the elements.
Yes.
Wrath.
Actually, it would be the wrath of the dragon aspects, but it's fine. The elements are
so
the only other thing that they've revamped is like for the main one, they did bring us back to Azeroth, which is cool. We're back on the home planet instead of fighting some cosmic evil force. And they redid professions to make it a lot more, not like user friendly, but they made it so that professions are relevant again. And it's
what is a profession in World of Warcraft?
You could be a blacksmith, leather worker. So you basically make different types of gear and end game like progression items. So you could like jewel craft, put gem slots into your gear. You can enchant your weapons, and you could be an enchanter. All of them.
2 words. It's dragon flight.
No, it's 1 word.
But it's flight spelled normally.
Yes.
Oh my God! Look at this. I'm currently looking up the Google.
The second article I sent you was the World of Warcraft link to the website.
Yeah, no. So what I'm searching, just out of curiosity, because I'm so curious to see after a down sales trend with Blizzard properties, is this enough to sort of, and all joking aside, get people like you back on the subscription wheel with something like World of Warcraft? And what I did, and this is a very rudimentary test, is you go to, like Google Trends, and I just searched Dragonflight, right? And everything that comes up, expansion pack, Blizzard and Chain, release date, expansion, release date, right? But I'm curious, how is this ranked? Matt, do you know the number 1 place in America searching for World of Warcraft Dragonflight right now? You won't believe this.
It's gotta be an Asian country.
No, in America.
Oh.
Racist piece of shit, but
Nah, it's just a fact. They use dragons for a very specific thing, just like they did with pandas with Mist of Pandaria. They have a market that they are targeting, and I believe in an article we covered a couple weeks ago, Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard King to expand to an East Asian market. Yeah.
Anyway, so, what state in these great 50 United States?
Mississippi.
No. Vermont.
Am I close? I mean, what is there to do in Vermont?
Except play World of Warcraft. Yeah, exactly.
They hike, they drink, they eat maple syrup. Do you drink or eat maple syrup? Regardless, they consume maple.
It. Yeah, wow.
But I love every second of it. I'm going to play this expansion. I'm probably going to play for a month and then quit because it'll take over my life. But then,
what I am so curious about, genuinely,
if Sarah leaves me. Me too.
Well, I mean, that's in the cards already with this. No, genuinely, what I'm most curious about is how much of Activision Blizzard King's revenue stream was generated by World of Warcraft subscriptions. Because if I'm Microsoft right now, the first thing I'm doing is
putting you in Game Pass.
No more subscription.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
No more subscription. Just like Destiny. You pay for the expansions, content's free, weekly story. Do you know how many more people would sign up?
A lot of people. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to put it on PC Game Pass.
Which to me immediately tells me that is a massive part of Activision King's revenue streams, right? Like it's a huge pillar.
I would imagine it is. The subscriptions are no joke. Even if it's $15 a month, the best case scenario, you're getting it for $12 if you buy it for the full year.
Now hold on, I'm looking here. World of Warcraft 1 month subscription, $15. 3 months, $14 a month.
Yeah, for the year it's $12.99.
But then but you have to pay the whole year up front.
Yeah.
So 13 times 12, I barely passed 7th grade math, comes out to...
Should be like $160 something.
Correct, my friend. You are $156.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
Seen it.
You've seen it on your... I was going to say, you've seen it on your credit card statement.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, but times that by 3 million people. And 3 million is probably where it's at right now. Just yearly.
Second question, and I'm sorry to cut you off there, because this I feel like is an also important part of this revenue stream puzzle when it comes to World of Warcraft. Who is the key age demo of this anymore?
I don't,
because it's not kids. Kids are not playing World of Warcraft; they're playing Fortnite.
Yeah, no, they're not playing. I would argue it's people between ages of 18 to 35. Like I think it's adults. Because this game is a lifestyle. And the subscription fee makes it expensive. And
it's a lifestyle, he says.
MMOs are for older people because it's a grind. It's something you could log into.
But it wasn't always like that, man. It was always middle school to maybe early to mid-high school kids.
Yeah, I think you get people in there. Like you get people into the game late high school or like late middle school, early high school, but they dive into the game in college when they have the free time. But I completely forgot about something on the revenue stream. The revenue stream is not just the subscription. Their main revenue generator is the paid services and the microtransactions.
So you have to pay on top of that.
No, so what you could do is like, let's say I want to jump into World of Warcraft, but I've played already. And let's say I made a new account for some reason, or I want to get to the most current content. I could pay $60 and my character is now max level. Or
you can do that with Fortnite too by the battle pass tiers, right?
Yeah. Yes, but there's no gameplay advantage to doing that. Like you're paying for cosmetics. This is
pay to play.
Yeah, like you're skipping 95% of the game and getting just to end game content.
I can't wait to jump back into Witch Queen for this reason. Because Witch Queen is gonna...
It's wild. The money they make on microtransactions in World of Warcraft is unnecessary. They have cosmetics. They have the character boosts. They have to change your realm. So if you and your friend make a character on different realms, you can't play together. So
what the hell is that?
So one of you has to pay $25 to change. To race change, another $20. You can't class change. There's a bunch of stuff that you pay money for. And you could just buy in-game currency for whatever a WoW token is going for right now, which is essentially a Bitcoin. But
here's my question, and maybe something that exists and I just don't know about it. I would love to look up the estimated value of IP. And if this isn't an idea or a site or an app, I would love... Do you know how you can Elon Musk net worth, right? And it takes all of the outstanding assets and liabilities and kind of surmises what that person is worth. I wish you could do that for individual brands. Because I just Google World of Warcraft net worth, brand value, and I just got random things, right? But if you Google Elon Musk net worth, you get a number.
Yeah, I mean, I have obviously I am a owner of Activision Blizzard King stock, and they have their quarterly report. You can definitely see how much they're making based on
correct, and you can look up their market cap and stuff like that. How much money they have to.
Yeah, I can't just Google, you know what I mean? How much is this IP worth? And I don't think you ever will, because you could do that for a person's net worth, but I don't think they would ever put a price on their IP because it's whatever somebody will pay for it is the price.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what stocks are, right? Like Elon Musk out here scooping Twitter. I want Elon Musk to buy Kojima Productions.
Oh my God. I want him to buy Twitter. I really do.
Tell me Elon Musk buying Kojima Productions isn't like the match made in heaven.
The only reason I would say he would never do it is because I don't think he gives a single solitary shit about things that are not advancing the world.
He is a huge nerd. He tweets about Overwatch all the goddamn time.
I think it's because he enjoys playing them. Like, I don't think he has any interest professionally to develop them. Because like
Elon Musk X Kojima. That's what I want.
Hey, I would love it. I would love to see what type of video game he would put out. To be honest, I don't know if it would be that good.
Matt, bring us to our third topic.
Hold on.
Get the article up. I'll vamp in the meantime.
Yeah. I got it. I don't got it. I was just messing with you. No, I do. We're gonna see a new form of microtransactions in PC and console gaming. And I think everyone should be concerned about it. And we put out a TikTok about it, and I got a lot of mixed reviews of calling me a scrub, telling me I didn't read the article. I did read the article. But to summarize our first article, let me actually pull up the article. Microsoft reportedly working to bring in-game ads to free-to-play games. This is by Chris Pereira. Microsoft is developing a program that will help to bring in-game advertisements to free-to-play games on Xbox, according to a news report from Business Insider. The goal, according to the report, is to provide a new revenue stream for developers. Microsoft itself would not be taking a cut of the ad revenue generated. Examples of how ads might be placed, for example, are a billboard in a racing game. And that was the point that the people on TikTok brought up, was like, no, they said it was going to be this. And they did that in Battlefield 2042, and everyone hated it because ads are stupid in video games.
Battlefield 2042, everybody loves Battle. Oh my God, people, they're knocking on the door right now. The Battlefield fans.
Yes.
You know what I'd love to have on? Side note.
Battlefield.
I was talking to Sam the other day in my DMs, my Twitter DMs. We're talking computer stuff. Sam from Exhibition and Xbox podcast. Check his work out. Love his stuff that he's doing over there. From what I've seen on Twitter, he is a player. I won't say if he's a fan, but I definitely know he is a player of Battlefield. So I'd love to get his take on this.
Yeah, I'd be. I mean, this specifically, it rubs me the wrong way because
I don't have Sam's number. Otherwise, I would literally call him live right now.
Yes, we could. No, we don't have him on Instagram either. It's just Twitter and.
Well, I have Sam on Instagram.
Oh, wow, flex. However, I hate this because this is just an entry point for ads. Yes, it will be something that's very unintrusive to begin with, like billboards. Would I really care if on the banners of Apex Legends, where they put the champion squad, for a second or two it flashed some Geico commercial? No, I wouldn't care. Do you know what is going to be annoying? When all of your loading screens are ads. And that games are artificially putting loading screens back into the game to put ad revenue on it.
But Matt, and allow me, if only it was a business model where you paid full price for games that was sustainable, high budget, well received. If only there was a company out there doing that.
Really? Why don't you read the second half of the article I sent you?
You know I can't read.
Because let me put the second article.
Yeah, I know. Sony is also
Sony is planning to do the same thing, and they announced it 7 hours later. Don't give me that. Don't smoke that Xbox pack just yet.
That pack of Xbox brand cigarettes.
Yes.
Man, listen. This is the second week in a row I'm making allusions to the Philip Morris company. Can you imagine if like Xbox and PlayStation were around in like the 50s and early 60s, right? Where like Philip Morris was doing like ads like directly targeted at children. You know there would be a cartoon Xbox smoking a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, I still think they do. Like, I think characters in video games wouldn't smoke if if tobacco companies didn't pay video games. And nobody could tell me otherwise. This is a broad claim, and I'm willing to go against anyone that disagrees.
Can you give me any example of this?
Zero.
Okay, good. Okay, but, you're digging your own hole here.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. There's no way that you would make, I guess you could, for aesthetic reasons, you would make a character that smokes. However,
Solid Snake, Big Boss, Max Payne.
Again, those are older IP where I wouldn't be surprised if tobacco companies
no one smokes in video games anymore.
Yeah, I know. However,
what happened? You have a spine.
Come on, you're telling me that you can't take your 6-year-old to go have a cigarette? No, you can't.
Miles, crack open a pack of Reds, buddy. It's a good day.
I knew it. As soon as I said child and cigarette, I knew you were going to go there. However, this is the last time we do this on the podcast. I'm just trying to connect with my nephew. But I don't like the in-game ad thing. I hate it so much. It's one of the worst things about mobile games. And on the channel, we hate mobile game bullshit. And this is the pinnacle.
Yeah, this is the pinnacle of mobile game
bullshit. I can't get through a level of Angry Birds without some ad for another game because they want me to buy another game so that I'll see another ad.
Here's my thing with this. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the reason you see companies like Fortnite moving towards legacy business models like the subscription. I know my point in the last article we talked about was why the hell is World of Warcraft still doing subscriptions? As much as I'm confused, I'm not confused because of the business aspect of it. I'm confused based on the market perception of a subscription model like that, right? Like if you stretch out the timeline here, something like World of Warcraft was doing subscriptions before any of this, right? We've almost come full circle in the games industry back to a subscription model. We did, day one expansion, paid DLC, and yet we've arrived back, even with games like Fortnite, which have built-in microtransactions, so on and so forth, right? I think this is a way to say, how do I put this? We're filming this at a very interesting time because Netflix recently, their value, Netflix tanked. I'll give you the exact number, right? Stock tank. Shares tanked 30% of Netflix, right? Netflix was the market leader, right? Now you've got other streamers in the space: Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Rip in Peace, CNN Plus. We have more subscribers than CNN Plus.
Facts.
So it's interesting to me that because the space has become so diluted with so many streaming services, that people are starting to look for our alternative revenue models for things that were working, right? And what I mean by that, and just to clarify, is Game Pass isn't the only game streaming platform in town. PlayStation has their model coming. You've got Ubisoft Uplay, EA has one.
Yeah, but those are also getting gobbled up by the bigger ones.
The point I'm trying to make is when you have more choice, it becomes easier to start eliminating decisions, right? Yeah. Like, shit, I'm HBO Max, Paramount Plus, Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, Amazon Prime. Like, I might as well just get fucking cable back because that's essentially what I'm doing, right? Yeah. But it's a lot easier. Like, when Netflix was my only thing, it would have been real hard to cancel Netflix, right? Now, Netflix is my main content consumer next to YouTube, but Paramount Plus, I get that out of here. I subscribed for a month and was get done, right?
Yep.
Peacock, all that nonsense. So what I'm saying is, in a space where more and more people are throwing their hat in, it becomes a lot easier as the consumer to say, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this, and then you're CNN Plus. So all these companies are looking for ways to subsidize their revenue with ads, right? That was a long walk off a short pier, and I'm sorry I was so circuitous about it.
So do you know what I think they're going to do? I think this is completely the opposite. I think you're going to see them put in ads. Like Microsoft's going to add games. Obviously, they're saying free to play games, so this is every game that is on Game Pass is now going to get ads. Is how I'm seeing this go down.
But you have a higher tier where you don't get ads.
And they're like, you could pay $5 more. And do you know whose pocket that goes into? Yeah, that one goes into Microsoft. And do you know which one I'm going to pay for? That one. I'm not going to view a single ad. I never will.
I mean, it is a business model as old as time, right? So I'm going to go on a little story here.
Hit me. Let me get my Xbox pack.
Yeah, no. So my first job out of high school while I was in college was selling used cars. You know this.
Yes.
One of my favorite jobs ever. And I learned more at that job than I ever did in any classroom or any business setting, was selling used cars. And one of the best lines I heard, the best upsell I've ever heard, was we had an F&I manager, which is a finance manager, and he would get people in the room, and when they were going to buy their whatever bullshit paint protection or whatever, the upsell was he would automatically give them the higher tier, but the higher tier was only just slightly more than the middle tier, right? You're looking at a difference of like $25, which on a car payment isn't all that much if you're already spending that much a month, right?
Yep.
And it would, the middle tier would have like 4 things, and the high tier, the $25 more thing, would have 12 things. And his line was, he's like, yeah, it's like when you go to the movies, like, like the medium popcorn is $4 and the big popcorn is $4.25, but look how much more popcorn you get.
Yeah.
And for some reason that always stuck with me. I'm like, oh, that was such a good close. And I think that's exactly what we're saying here, where, yeah, for $5 you can get ads, but for $9 you don't have to.
Yeah. And can you name one subscription service that you have that you watch regularly that you have ads on? Besides YouTube?
God forbid. No.
Do you have the YouTube one?
Oh, no.
I'm pissed that I have YouTube TV and I still get ads.
So I pimp off my dad's Hulu TV.
Yep.
But I don't think I've ever watched Hulu TV like live, like Super Bowl maybe.
Yeah.
Was the only time I ever watched like a live channel. Everything else I watch either on Hulu, Netflix, or YouTube.
Yep.
Matt, bring us in for a landing here.
Well, as per usual, I was expecting Bobby to do the landing, so I didn't record.
Psych, Bobby's here. We're landing the episode. Guys, if you like what you heard, if you want to hear more, share with a friend who will find it valuable. Leave us a good comment. Leave us a good rating. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good stuff. I'd love to know your opinion. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. The one watching this video right now. Not you, man.
Not me.
This fine viewer right here.
You know who we're talking to? Miles. How you doing, Miles? How do you know?
It's me, Uncle Matt. Miles, as your uncle, I need you to build a sentient microwave. Okay? In all seriousness, folks, join the Discord. QR code is on your screen now. We have a lot of great conversations in there. We're growing day by day. Follow us on Instagram. Fight with us on TikTok. You know you love to do it, and we love to do it as well. And until next week, this is your Uncle Bobby signing off.
And remember, happy gaming. And I have to read directly from a teleprompter. I don't know what to say.